Alright, let's see how this looks. Is Demon Hunter your least played tank? Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Behold the halls of Valor. This place will test your mettle, and if you are found worthy, the Aegis of aggro will be
Let's start from the damage perspective.
The elements answer to me!
Pretty big umbilicus. Whoa, dead already? What the fuck?
4.
That's really bad. New weapons up though. Is the whole group dead? Looks like it. I love how CDs come up so often.
Marked by lightning!
We're 230k HPS though, what the fuck?
4. 3.
Anyway, Metro pumping DPS, yeah, almost 100k on that pack sustained. Was it explosive or the cast? I have no idea. I was like in full panic mode when Purgatory popped there. I've never been more focused on living on one pack. The group started off chatty. That's always a bad sign. 8 deaths on that first pack too, not great. Currently pushing 20s. What percent secondaries do I need to focus on? I don't think it works that way. If it does, I don't know about it. Sorry. Just get as much stats as you can get usually is what I do. 230k, that's my entire raid team's HPS. Oh, that's a little different, I'm sure. I was definitely not expecting the Purgatory that early, so that kind of sent me into full panic. But we got through it. It wasn't even really that dangerous, to be honest. The really big umbilicus, I'm sure, helped a lot. I think it was a combo of bursting and explosives going off, was it? Probably just a lot of casts getting missed. I was really hyper-focused after. The Purgatory popped, I just kind of went into, like, stare at my health bar mode. I have not done this dungeon as well since the buffs, by the way. Or the nerfs, or whatever you want to call it. Since they changed the HP of all the mobs. It's been like 2 weeks, yep. I have not done it since. So we'll find out how it goes, I suppose. Buffs, hehe, Metro, always positive. Well, I mean, it depends on what perspective. Are you the dungeon? Then you got nerfed. Are you the player? Then you got a buff. I want to be a dungeon. Oh, yeah. That'd be cool. Kind of boring fight, to be honest, but 25k. Oh yeah, so single target, not great. I think unfortunately these buffs aren't going to help with that much. No buffs to like death strike or maybe strength or melee damage somehow or something. That would be the thing that would be the most useful. As we see, top damage, really. Blood boil though has helped. Okay, perfect. So we can get all of these. Imagine if the devs released a player-based dungeon. I think they could, to be honest. I think it would be a really cool feature. A lot of games have something similar. I was thinking Torghast could have been the opportunity for it, honestly. Do you use primary or stamina for the secondary stat gems? I've been using a stamina gem, yeah. Maybe not the most advisable thing, but I like the fact that it helps me not get one shot more.
Four, three.
Lots of deaths on trash so far, but I suppose as long as we don't like straight up wipe to it, it's probably fine. Hey Kodark, what's up, buddy? Welcome. Damage buff feeling? Too early to say, but I mean, look at the chart. Looking pretty substantial, I think, honestly. We'll see the overall, of course.
The elements answer to me.
Watch the previous VOD, 20 hauls, you ended in one pack, 81k. So we 30k higher in this pull. Wow, that's crazy. What item did you get? I got boots, yeah. Like, what description is better for you? YouTube or Patreon? Subscription, you mean? Better would be Patreon, for sure. Or if you want to donate, you can just donate directly through Streamlabs. But, you know, up to you, man. I don't want to tell you how to share your money. That's up to you. Gonna help a lot with Snap Threat, and it's also gonna help a lot with Umbilicus, these changes, so I'm looking forward to all of that. Good interrupt there. Nice 100k burst at the start of a pull. Yep, 50k is definitely it's gained a lot of DPS from that. I think that extra 1% from Sanguine Ground too is bigger than I thought it was gonna be too. Not really sure like what happens when you get a buff on top of a buff like that. Like it's like multiplicative or whatever they say. Big Umbilicus though, obviously that's gonna help a lot. Smooth survival situation here. Hey Metro, hope you're well today. Bloody K DPS looks much better now. Yeah, I guess so. I don't really have a good point of reference as we haven't done this dungeon in a long time, but
as one of my chosen Valkyr, and her name shall echo in these gilded halls for all eternity.
I am not nervous, only excited. All my life has led to this one glorious moment.
Spoken like a true monk. Mortal intruders approach.
Marked by lightning.
I'm not excited to heal this week. Both these fixes are rough and pugs. Oh yeah. Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Them from these sacred halls myself.
The ritual is not yet complete.
4, 3.
I don't know, as the healer though, you should be able to have no problem with explosives. What, with your player profile, how do you tell if someone else has aggro? There's like an outline around their bar. That color of that outline is how I tell. You can also just see the mobs not attacking. Oh. you very much for becoming a Patreon, buddy. I really appreciate that, man. A special day for you. It's very nice that you share that with me. I appreciate that.
The elements answer to me.
We need to really worry about this pack too much. There aren't that many super large pulls this season, though. Oh, what was that a reference to? I was close. Explosives are easy to one-shot. The problem is people don't even help if it's a high healing part of the dungeon. Yeah. Bursting stacks. I think the only one that can be a problem is the Eagles and Algathar. Oh, okay, bursting, yeah. What do stats look like? What do your stats look like? We'll take a look at it. You really deserve it. It's coming from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate you saying that, man. How are the DK buffs? I mean, maybe a little too early to say, but it seems like it's going really well so far, doesn't it? We're doing like a lot of damage, I feel like, compared to what we're doing. It's just single target hasn't really gotten any better. Bursting, that's a mass dispel week, right? I mean, it helps, certainly.
The elements answer to me.
Better than not having the buffs, right? Exactly. I feel like DK and Pally's single target damage is lacking a lot. Well, maybe it is, yeah, I don't know. Hard to quantify single target for me because I'm not rating it all right now.
Huzzah! The fury of this will not deny Hersha's ascendance.
More damage, more key time saved. Exactly. That's what I was trying to impress on people. Like, it is important. Pally here, I agree with that statement. Gotcha. Poor healer asking for mana and Metro just cracked on. Yeah, you gotta drink. That's on him. Actually, to be fair, it's probably not possible with busting, but he'll get mana on the way. Like, I can't. We're already not. This isn't going very well as it is. So that'll be up to him. On this key, after the boss steals from the shield from you, do you have to go pick it up again? Yeah, that's right, yep. This guy's really worried about this fight on Fortified?
I will not fail you, Aegir!
4, 3, 2, 1.
I enjoyed Pally and DK so much more than Prot Warrior. Yeah, I mean, Prot Warrior is actually kind of... I actually, like, enjoyed a good amount of Prot Warrior when I played it, but... DK is just unmatched in my eyes. Like, nothing even remotely as fun. Knock the Tyrant. You see that? Level Prot Warrior first. Gave up before even running keys. Oh, well. What happened? You didn't play in the pre-patch, I guess? I enjoy Brewmaster because fun rotation, lots of buttons, and after the buff, it's really fun to play. It's smart. Those are good reasons. How do I support the channel on YouTube? Sorry, I'm usually a Twitch viewer. There's the join button if you want to become like a recurring supporter. In the links, there's also donation buttons from Streamlabs if you want to do that. Or you can go through YouTube directly and do Super Chat, they call it, which is kind of like the bits thing or whatever on Twitch. I don't really know. Plenty of options, but you don't feel like obligated. No worries. I don't think any other tank could live the first pull you guys did with how poorly it went. Yeah, you maybe you're right. Yeah, it was dicey. Oh, that hit me? Well, that's horrible. It doesn't really matter. Boss is dead anyway.
I am
Brought Warrior feels boring because they're not taking damage, but then again, haven't brought Warrior into high keys. The good thing about not taking damage is then you can do other things. Like, that's kind of your job as the tank, right? So it's like, I would never find that boring. Cruton, what's up, buddy? How's it going, man? How you doing?
Wowza.
Thanks a lot, man. $5, very generous. On this, the day of my Blood Death Knights buffs. Got any nice loot in the vault? I got boots. It was decent. Celebrate the first super chat from Daiko Mania, it says. That's cool. I saw that before. Thanks a lot for doing that too, man. You're very generous. Very much appreciative of all this support, man. I really am. And all your kind words too. You also, Angry Penguin, man. Very generous, guys.
You are just a great person. Support is guaranteed from my side.
I appreciate that, man. I'll take your word for it. I don't feel like it some days, but I appreciate it. Your videos help me not get mad in Mythic Plus keys. Well, that's good. It's good to hear that. If you have any questions, let me know. Do you skip wolves? No, we'll be fighting wolves. I tried to level Resto Shaman when I left in BFA. It was quite painful. Oh, yeah. Leveling is painful for you right now? I feel like it's pretty, it's probably like the easiest it's ever been. I really enjoy the way it works, too. The fact that you can just, like, do Azure span pretty much and be good. Namobi, thanks a lot for the sub as well. Going pretty well, though, I'd say. From the tank perspective, push that like button. Hey, you guys want to do that too? You can do that. A variety of options to show some degree of support, and I appreciate them all. Much appreciated. You can dodge cast of Shield Maiden and Champs. Yep, it's pretty good. Not needed though if it's not dangerous. I'm just gonna soak it so I can keep DPSing.
The mighty Fenrir stalks these grounds.
But many times it is needed.
Cunning and guile to slay this beast. A perfect test of your worthiness.
Yeah, that kills me there. Fuck, that's really not where we want Purgatory. Although, to be honest, 4 minutes from now is probably when we'll be back on the Wolves. Love Blizzard's attention to class balances expansion. It does feel like they're like way more invested in it, yeah. I would agree. Okay. Wolves are nerfed now. They don't have ferocious bite anymore. Yeah, I think they're probably really easy to kill now.
2, 1.
They do kill range still. Oh yeah. Did that stag just kill somebody? dangerous fucking charge. They should still be very deadly to DPS though. Gotcha. Well, we're not going to take 4, 5 of them. I think they pushed that dragon back so it's skippable again. Oh, really? Hey, Metro, hope you're well today. I am. I got a nice juicy Hunger the pack trinket from 421 at 421 from the vault. What'd you get? I got boots, yeah. Not too good. But it's an upgrade one way or the other. You could always skip that dragon. You used to be able to, and then they made it so you couldn't, yeah. Or it was a lot harder to do than it used to be. Used to just be able to run right by it, and then they made it so it aggroes if you get too close now. What embellishment gear are you using? None currently, yeah. Hopefully we'll get a spark thing and I can make the neck finally this week. Oh well, I don't know when I'm going to make it, because if I don't get it today, it's not going to be this week. You can with someone having, well, that's what I'm saying, yeah. Used to be a lot easier than that. I believe Druid can travel form and run around, and the wolves always jump to them and don't hit them because they're moving. Oh, that's cool. Interesting idea. Purgatory 2 minutes still, so it's going to be dangerous this first pull. We'll just save everything that's coming up, make sure we don't accidentally use anything.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Always kite, I suppose. I think anyway can just keep moving and not get hit. Yeah. Maybe. Anyone. Catch up on comments after this because we gotta focus on this. Oh, rock hilly. Love when I bop whoever's fixated on the boss. It won't be timed? Probably not, yeah. Isn't there a way to have range hide behind the rocks so there isn't a wolf leap? Right, maybe, I have no idea. As I don't play a range, I have no idea what they can do, sorry. These mobs even do damage? I guess they're just hitting the rock element all the time. So much for Purgatory being needed.
The elements answer to me!
I think they literally don't do anything now, right? Like, all the damage was those 2 mechanics that were bugged or removed, I guess, one way or the other. Or we should have just pulled them all, I guess. There's a fence thing where you can cheese them, gotcha. I also tanked 18 and 20 yesterday. The 20 was super rough, but I started to really like being a tank. Sweet. They removed the tank buster, just damages to DPS now. Yep, that's good. Another donation, very generous. Roach's Bite was a tank killer, and they totally removed it. Yeah, that makes sense. I haven't done this dungeon since these changes, so. Hello, Metro Starmy. What's up? Welcome. Did you get anything good in the vault? So I got boots, nothing crazy. We'll take it, but not the biggest upgrade. I already had crafted boots that were 418, so it's kind of rough to replace them, but... How much of the raid have you done? Nah, nothing really.
Hello all.
Excitement, $2, super chat, very generous.
Elements answer to me!
Player base is the same. Oh yeah, what did we miss a comment on that? Do you think the player base is getting worse in general? I keep coming across healers who do 0 total damage. Yeah, I do think they are. I think it's because new players are joining the game like more and more, and nobody's teaching them that what they're doing is not good, you know what I mean? Because the game at the low levels is like way too fucking easy. Did you get your 4 set? No, I gotta finish the Revival Catalyst quest to get it. How are you liking the Blood DK damage buffs across the board? Yeah, that was today. I mean, of course I'm liking it. There's nothing to dislike about getting a damage buff, but... May want to wrap this up soon, Metro. The Tuskar feat starts in 15 minutes. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be done in 15 minutes. What are they serving today, do you know? Is it soup? I didn't move for soup. 0 damage healers just baffle me. There's so many easy ways to get almost completely passive damage. Well, it depends a lot on the class, right? I think it's soup. Interesting. Well, it is healthy. They are joining, but somebody has to teach them. Yeah, I mean, that's what I try to do my best here, yeah. But I think a lot of the people in that boat aren't aware that they need to be taught, so they're not looking for help. Like we saw in that video that Grawl looked at last night, right? It's like, that's a guy who doesn't know that he sucks and he needs to figure that out ASAP. You know what I mean? Like, ASAP. ASAP. Because that dude's just completely useless for any group that he's in. With that attitude that he has. Grawl watched one of your videos last night? Yeah. I should check. Well, I actually watched him watch me at the start of the stream if you want to just do that, but maybe healers will start DPSing when DPS starts using defensives. Yeah, no, it's the other way around, yeah. The DPS not using defensives, that's not really a reason to not DPS. I think a lot of people don't realize like how much healing, effective healing, DPSing does as a healer. Like if you're doing like 30k like I was on my shaman the other day, that's like cutting thousands of healing off each pull, you know what I mean? You're not doing the beer trick, correct, yeah.
Still, I will take joy in crushing you.
Jambo posts a long comment, let's see if we can read it real quick. Funny thing is about the monk not knowing there's nothing to be kicked, even it could be a UI issue on monk's part. My player makes it easy to see if something can be kicked. Could be UI, obviously, yeah. Alright, this is gonna be tough, so let's make sure we're not getting killed here.
The elements answer to me.
Metro, do you do smaller packs on bursting weeks? No. That's just gonna be on the DPS to handle, or the healer. One of the two. Had a Resto Shaman join the guild from Classic and he thought we were kidding when we told him it would help if he did damage. That's really weird. Gonna go swimming? Alright, buddy, we'll be back. I will be here for another 3 hours or so. How does Blood DK feel after the buffs? I feel like they're doing about 15% more damage than they were before. I don't know if that's the case or not. The issue is DPS taking avoidable damage that requires healing. Yeah, that doesn't really happen though at this point. You're losing so few globals by healing that up anyway that it's not really ever a cause of concern. Like again, look at the Resto Shaman streams if you didn't see it the other day. Literally all I had to do was keep healing rain down and I was doing like 20k DPS on mini packs. So to do 0 DPS, that's just completely unforgivable.
Your cries of anguish will echo through eternity.
Now again, not every healer has a spell that does both healing and damage at the same time, but it's a good example of what I mean either way. What happened with Growl? He just reacted to one of the videos I made recently, so we watched that on stream this morning. Sounds like everyone could do with continued education improvement. Oh, everybody. No matter who. Me, you, everybody. We can all learn and get better every day we wake up, and that's my only goal in life, is to just become a better person every day. Learn from the past and make the present and the future better. Classic guy didn't die because of the mechanics in the dungeon. What else? But in higher keys, unavoidable damage just kills you. Right, exactly, yeah. If you're getting too much avoidable damage and you're needing to heal it, you're probably just doing too low of keys right now. So in the future, when you get into higher keys, it'll be like it'll be more obvious. There's not really anything that some of these people can do if they get hit by these mechanics. They will just straight up die. You can't possibly heal them. I always do my best to DPS. Yeah, I mean, just do your best. That's all you can do, really. It doesn't need to be like every single global maximized, but it needs to have some effort, because many times, like right now, there is 0 damage needing to be healed, right? Nobody has taken any damage from this pack whatsoever yet, so what else would you be doing? You just be AFK, really. And so if you want to upgrade keys, I would recommend not being AFK, but this will be a reckoning for everybody to have, not necessarily for me to decide. 10k DPS overall should be the minimum. Yep. There is no healer that does 0 DPS in higher keys. I've seen plenty, yeah. It's quite common. Quite common for people to do like single-digit DPS, which is effectively 0. Like, look at this guy. He's doing only 8k right now, when we literally just outlined all the situations where he could do DPS. Acid Rain is kind of good. Does healing and a lot of damage when combined with chain laning. Yeah, dude, Resto Shaman's like fucking amazing right now, I'll tell you. A lot of people think we want huge numbers from healers. More than 0 is all that's really expected. Yeah, right, like a baseline, you know, some baseline. So now you change from 0 to low DPS. Alright, I can tell you're very emotionally attached to this conversation, so I apologize for making that difficult for you, but we can move on. What's the best healing class for beginners? I don't know, to be honest. I don't really heal much. Yeah, these mini bosses do almost nothing. Throw some hots and cat form, right? I do my best. Yeah, confirmed 5k DPS healer, unfortunately. Anyway, I do my best to DPS on the Paladin, but we are basically slapping them. Yeah, unfortunately, Paladin's not in a great state. Blood Death Knight, probably best healer for beginners. Yeah, certainly if you want to heal yourself. I have trouble doing good DPS as a Resto Druid. I keep my dots up, and it seems to do about 10 to 15k. I think Resto Druid's damage isn't very good either, to be honest, right now. I'm going back to Resto Shaman. Good choice. It's really good right now. I think you're going to start seeing a lot more of them soon. They just got a further buff today, right? Holy Priest is super straightforward, just a bit mana hungry, and it doesn't have the best kit, I guess. Gotcha. Evoker damage is too good, just Flame Breath on CD. Oh yeah, that one's pretty straightforward as well. From what I could tell, it seems like Evoker and Shaman would be very good right now, but maybe there's another one lurking in the wings. Resto Shaman is a blast. What, a lava blast? When did your stream get so toxic? It didn't. You're just projecting your insecurities about your DPS situation on the stream. I'm just saying, when complaining about healers not doing DPS, when DPS get away with bad DPS and CD management constantly is a bigger issue. We're not talking about that issue, though. We're talking about healers doing DPS. Obviously, everybody can improve, right? But the thing is, the healer can easily not heal and still upgrade keys, and they do that a lot. So, or easily not DPS and still upgrade keys. Whereas a DPS who doesn't do good DPS, that's not, you can't succeed like that, right? So what we're talking about is two separate situations here. And I think, yeah, you're too over focused on the conversation. So I offered you to move on, but it doesn't seem like that's going to work. So I'm sorry to hear that. But Mystery Run has gotten a lot of buffs to DPS. One of the lowest DPS healers, really. Evoker has really good damage but low effort. Resto Druid has good damage, but it takes a decent amount of effort and work. Yeah. What's your opinion on Eye of Skovald for DK Tank? I don't know what it is, sorry. It's a trinket, I guess? Just did 21 court and Warrior Tank did 70k overall. Oh god. That's a big dungeon, huh? Hey, what's up, Colin? No, what are you up to, man? What are you up to? My friend is learning Mistweaver, and I feel like he struggles big time, especially with Grievous. Oh yeah, Spell Reflect Imps, that's probably got to be part of it. People fixate on meta classes when they don't really matter until you get to 20s. I don't think they ever matter, really. I did 19 hauls. The lead invited a Brewmaster who actually had next to no tank score. Didn't know how Skovald's shield works. Kept canceling it and not picking it up. Well, Spell Reflecting Imps is big damage, yeah, I can imagine. Warrior can reflect the imp spells like 70% of their dungeon damage. Ah, I see, that's kind of cheating. Well, it's not, but it's kind of... No other class is going to do that, so... Mistweaver is quite hard to play. Oh, really? It does look like it'd be hard to play, yeah. Can we do this in 2 minutes? I don't think so. Give it our all. Brewmaster kept canceling the shield because he was spinning crane kicking during the shield. Yeah, you can't channel anything else. It's funny. Spell Reflect is silly. Saw 80k DPS, but Faxi says it was only 8% of his damage. That's a lot, though. It's like more than a trinket, right? Ray, what's up, buddy? How's it going? Welcome. Eye of Skovald is a huge crit stat stick with random AoE procs. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, not interested in that trinket, personally. Afternoon, JG. What's up, buddy? How's it going? Morning, Metro. How you doing? Ray, I'm doing great, buddy. How about you? Not much, man. Me and a bunch of old military friends are going skiing this week in Blue Mountain. Oh, that's cool. Where's that? Probably West PA, right? Because you're from Ohio or whatever. Scoville doesn't do anything during Ragnarok. Better play it safe than sorry. Yeah, no doubt. How bad are the Affixes feeling this week? Just tuned in. I mean, so far nothing that would even... Oh, it's near Philly? Okay. Nothing that I would comment on with Affixes currently.
The elements answer to me.
Chillin', got my computer desk ordered and scheduled. Hopefully it isn't broken this time. Oh, right, yeah, you had issues. Hopefully everything goes well for you. Are you a hockey fan? I wasn't until very recently. Now I'm a big St. Louis Blues fan all of a sudden. I tried to watch when Cop was trying to get me into it, but I didn't really have much connection to the sport all of a sudden. That's changed, but yeah, it's definitely an interesting sport. It's very different than the sports I normally watch, so it's hard for me to follow. Go Blues? Yeah, they're going to the last place in the division, it seems, but we'll see. Hopefully they rally. I love hockey. I grew up with it. That's cool. I definitely did not. What changed your mind? I just had a sudden burst of interest. Let's put it that way. Healer DPS is so potent as well. I'm only 2600, but had 3100 player up in there. Well, we did kill the boss, but no upgrade. Hockey is one of the few sports I enjoy watching. Yeah, it's kind of fun to watch, actually. And we got legs. I wasn't paying much attention. How did we reach 20 deaths? The first pull had 8 deaths, by the way. But I don't know, 33.5k overall, so not really. Doesn't seem like much has changed, honestly. Do you guys think? Let's take a look at the breakdown. Shattering Bone now top by a mile. Wow. Interesting. But in terms of healing, let's see. Umbilicus is way up. Yeah, look at that. 12.5%. Almost 10, yeah, 10.5 million in that dungeon. So, yeah, pretty big buff. Pretty big buff. Could be good for our defense too, guys. I'm telling you, Leech as well maybe goes up too.